The Red Dirt D&D podcast is brought to you by Pro Laser Cuts. The Oklahoma company provides pre-made and customizable design laser cut dice towers, tokens, and more, developed by a gamer for gamers, and now available to enhance your tabletop game. Pro Laser Cuts products can be found at many Oklahoma City area game stores, local events, and now available online at prolasercuts.com. That's laser and cuts with a Z, Pro Laser Cuts. And by SD Way Gaming, where dice goblins unite. Our friends at SD Way Gaming celebrate the beautiful dice players handpick for their games and splendor. SD Way Gaming has expanded to include many tabletop gaming varieties, accessories, and similar fun necessities to include a service for your dice addiction. You can shop for a variety of products at sdwaygaming.com or find SD Way Gaming on Facebook. Welcome to Red Dirt D&D. I'm Michael Cross, and I play Gaz, an orc barbarian, sworn protector of the Caliban frontier.
I'm Konnor Shenold. I play Konnor with a K, Kobold Sorcerer who's a continuous thorn in the Empire's side.
I'm Johnny Payne, and I play Zonimus Dinar, a paladin of dusk, using vengeance as a tool to protect the ones I love.
I'm Kiri Hester. I play Poppy Tea Leaf, the halfling desert druid determined to save the wild places from the ambitions of civilization.
I'm Brooke Bullock, and I play Mokrin Stoneshaper, a young dwarf sorcerer finding his true family as revealed by the secrets of the frontier.
And I'm Ash King, your dungeon master. Join us now for Tales from the Caliban Frontier. Deep in the catacombs beneath the city of Shada, you have been searching for the missing brass Dragonborn, Taavi, your connection, your map to Thundercrack. Barring your way has been several challenges. The one you currently face now is apparently a group of Gnolls. You all have entered into this great cavernous room, and at first, you weren't quite sure what you were up against, but it appears that there is at least one who is currently up in your face, Zonimus.
Yes.
He had gone after your kidneys, invisible, but as soon as Gaz had run straight in and straight up to what appears to be the mage of this party, caused this roguish Gnoll to appear before you. Gaz is pretty much almost all the way across the room, currently engaged with the mage of the group, but then there are two warriors who came and converged on you since you are wailing on their magic user. And, you're a raging barbarian. The squishy little magic user is not going to last long if they don't get some sort of protection from you.
I am intimidating. Yes.
You are quite intimidating. Spells have been flinging and counter spells have been flinging, so there's just been a whole lot of chaos going on in this room. Unfortunately, in that chaos, and I do apologize for this, Zonimus, I accidentally skipped your turn. So, in order to apologize and to make up for that, today we are going to start with you. So, what would you like to do?
I've got one in my face.
Yes.
That went for the kidneys.
Yes.
Well, I too am going to go for the kidneys.
Okay.
With the Scimitar of Block. 21.
Will hit.
10 points.
10 points.
On that one, and I'm swinging again because my character sheet says I can do that. 24.
Will hit.
For 8 points.
And you've also been hasted, remember?
Oh, yes.
Makrin twinned a haste on you and
So let's
Gaz.
swing again. Boom. Oh, I rolled a 2 for 12, which is a hit.
No, not quite.
Well, that one hit with a 23, and I'm going for 8.
Is that all you would like to do?
Yes.
So now we will roll back around to the top with that assassin. So they are going to swing twice at you, Zonimus, with the short sword. 23 to hit.
I believe that hits.
Okay. And please give me a Constitution saving throw.
How about 21?
21, so that will save, so you will take half of the poison damage. So it will be 5 points of piercing for the first attack. So it would have been 22 points of poison. So you saved, so you're only going to take half, which would be 11 points poison.
16 total.
And then the second attack would have been a 15 to hit.
Did we miss Poppy?
I never miss Poppy.
We did. I'm so sorry. So Poppy, go ahead and take your turn.
Okay. Can I'd be willing to do a check or something. Do I feel like these gnolls are hardy? Like they would have a high constitution?
Roll me an insight.
13.
With that, you can definitely tell, obviously the mage looks to be a little bit scrawnier, because you have the mage and then you have two of them somewhat burly warrior types. And then of course you have the little lithe assassin. But other than that, it's difficult to tell.
Next question. Are there any two of them that are within 20 feet of each other?
If you don't mind, hitting Gaz, because Gaz ran up to the mage to, take him out, and then the two warriors came up behind Gaz in order to try and defend their friend. So you have that whole grouping there that they are all within 20 feet of one another.
So it would be Gaz and two warriors and the mage?
Correct.
This is a cool spell, so we're gonna do it and it'll totally be fine and I won't die. It'll be fine. It's just a 5th level spell. So I'm going to cast Insect Plague.
Ooh.
So swarming, biting locusts fill a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range. So I want to hit all of those guys, including Gas.
Oh gosh.
The sphere spreads around corners. The sphere remains for the duration, and its area is lightly obscured. The sphere's area is difficult terrain. Each creature in it must make a Constitution saving throw. A creature takes 4d10 piercing damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. A creature must also make this saving throw when it enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn, or ends its turn there.
Well, I did just roll to see if my mage could identify what you were doing. They did.
Of course it did.
So they will attempt to counterspell, but I will just be casting it at 3rd level, so I do have to roll
Okay.
to see if it pops off.
So that means you need a 15 or higher?
15 or better.
Okay.
So. Okay, the dice were in your favor. I got a nat 1.
Well, I got shot in the chest, so ow! And then I think she's just gonna like Dragon Ball Z, like swirl up and do like a hand. And locusts spring out and swarm everybody. So they have to, including Gaz, Constitution save 16.
That's 18 on the die.
Oh, yeah.
So you will take half.
So my mage got a 6. One of my warriors got a 11, but my other warrior got a modified 20.
4d10 damage. So anyone who fails will take full damage. Anyone who saved will take half. 19. So half would be 9.
What kind of damage?
Piercing. So for you, it's quartered.
4.
And that's my turn.
And then it's difficult terrain.
It is difficult terrain
And we take more damage on the next turn.
if you don't leave the locust sphere.
Is that all for you, Poppy?
Yep.
Connor, you're up.
I'm going to swirl up that chaotic mass of energy and try and hit the assassin right next to Zonimus with a chaos bolt. 24 to hit.
Go ahead.
Double 7 psychic energy at the one by Zonimus. 19 psychic damage. Since I rolled double 7s, it arcs off.
How far?
Okay, it's 30 feet.
You can get one of the warriors if you would like.
26 to hit. Double 2s.
Oh my goodness. So
For
it's arcs
cold,
again.
Yeah, cold damage. So 8 damage, cold.
And then it arcs to the other warrior, so she's right next to him.
Come on.
This is why I love Chaos Bolt. 17 to hit.
17 will hit.
Dang. A 4 and a 2. So force damage. 8.
8
force damage.
So everybody's still up. One of the warriors looks bloodied. The other warrior is close. The mage is like on his last legs.
Okay.
And the assassin has not quite reached bloodied yet. So Gaz, you're up next.
All right, Gaz is going to attack, starting with the Flame Tongue.
Okay.
Going after the mage.
Okay.
With a 21
We'll hit.
for 20 points of damage.
Okay. How would you like to end the mage's existence?
Just looking him straight and saying, "How dare you try to counterspell Poppy!" Then let's turn to the warrior that's feeling badly and attack with Flame Tongue. 20, non-natural.
Will hit.
19 points of damage.
Okay.
And then with my tail,
Okay.
24 to hit
Will hit.
for 11 points of damage.
Okay.
Then on my second attack with the haste against him, 28 to hit,
Hit.
21 points of damage.
Well, that's enough to
Okay.
take down that warrior.
Okay, 23 to hit on the other warrior.
Will hit.
14 points of damage on him. Did I need to do something at the beginning of my
Oh, at the end of your turn, if you have not moved out of the sphere, you do another Constitution saving
Constitution saving throw? Let's do what happens here. 19.
throw. That's 21. So
Half to
half would be
10.
10. So
Half to
half
five.
again
Fine.
to 5.
Thank you.
All right, Makrin, you're up.
The one in front of Zonimus, a DC Constitution saving throw as Mokrin throws out a puff of poison.
That is going to be a critical success for a 22.
Alrighty, no effect as this greenish gas swirls around you.
Waves it away.
Yes.
All right, is that all for you, Makrin?
And then I am going to move kind of diagonally from the doorway, about 10 feet away from Zonimus, but toward the warriors.
Zani.
I'm going to look over at Poppy. Just got the shot and instantly reacted by raising her hand and spewing forth damage from it. And then there's a pang in my head, and I'm reminded of taking a hit, feeling pain, raising my hand, and engulfing my enemy in flames. As I turn and look at this anthropomorphic man-dog beast in front of me, and reminded again of someone else from my past. And I grip my sword and slightly turn it in my hand as I bonus action Divine Favor upon it. And I swing at this creature for a 19.
Will hit.
And then I'm going to expend a level 2 spell slot. 32 points of damage. And then I swing again.
He is now officially bloodied.
And my blinding rage, the flash radiance goes off, and these images of what Poppy just did and the outline of this creature and what it reminds me of, I miss.
Okay.
And I swing again for a 27.
Will hit.
And I will go ahead and spend another level 2 slot for the damage. 24 points of damage. Oh look, I have haste. And I swing again. 16
Yes.
for 12. How's he looking
You've got him close, but he's not down yet.
for my next swing? 17.
Will hit.
Okay, so I'm doing it at a level 3, so another 1d8. 30.
30. Okay. This is enough to bring him down. One warrior remains. Is that all for you, Zamus?
My move action is that final stab. I just thrust it in him and let go, and he falls back, and I take a step forward and lean down to pick it up as everyone else is taking their next turn.
So, my warrior, so it's like his buddies are dead, and he's just, got that gleam in his eyes of just that whole still going to continue the battle no matter the cost. So, it's going to go after you, Gaz, it's going to start off with a bite.
I attack reckless, so you can.
Oh, so I get advantage?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, so it'll be a modified 20.
Okay, I'm going to try and block that with my tail.
Okay.
No, only got a 1.
Okay. So it will be 3 points of piercing, and I do need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Got it. So it's reduced to 1, and I rolled a 24.
Okay, so you will take no additional damage, and then it's going to come at you twice with its claws. So the first swing, 14.
Miss.
The second swing, another 14 as well. 2 hits and a miss. And then I need to do the synaptic static.
Needs a 16.
It's not going to make it.
And then a con save for the
con
swarm of locusts.
This
Swarm
poor
of
guy.
locusts. I don't think he's going to pass, because...
He needs a 16.
Yeah, no, he made like a 9.
26
26.
piercing damage from their little locust teeth.
Yikes.
Yeah, he looks really bad. really, really bad. So, Poppy, we're back to you.
Okay. I'm gonna do an electrify, so I have to get within 60 feet of him.
You're actually about 50 feet away from him right now.
Perfect. I'm gonna stay where I am. Electrify. It's a dirty 20 to hit. What? It's 3 1s and 3s 2s, so that's only 9 lightning damage.
Still hurt. Is that all for you?
That is it.
Okay. Konnor, you're up.
How far am I away from the warrior?
About 45 feet.
How bad is he looking?
Oh, terrible.
Terrible. Okay. So Konnor kind of puts his hands around his little muzzle. Gaz, you might want to keep him for questioning. And that's all I'll do with my turn.
Okay. Gaz, you're up.
Gaz, in his first action, is going to try to grapple him.
So this is a contested,
Yes, strength checks, correct? 18.
Oh, yeah.
I will run out of the insect plague as much as I possibly can. And my tail is going to swing and try to knock him unconscious. So with a 19 to hit for 11 points of damage.
11, and are you going non-lethal?
Non-lethal.
Yeah, so with that, you do knock him unconscious.
Greetings and salutations, my friends. I'm Michael Cross. So great to have a moment to talk with you during this mid-show break. First off, I want to invite you all to join us as Patreon members. The money we raise helps us pay for things like the music and sound effects you hear on the show, as well as money to go to events and make new fans. When you become a Patreon member, you get our episodes 4 days early, bonus content, access to our Discord server, and full versions of our roundtable discussions. You'll be joining other fans like Scott Wise, Don Mills, Heath Mormon, and the Lady Kate. So join us right now at patreon.com/reddirtdnd. Another way to support us is by getting your very own Red Dirt merchandise. You can find things like hats, hoodies, mugs, and t-shirts. Just click on the merch tab at reddirtdnd.com or reddirtrpg.com. Since 2020, the Red Dirt D&D podcast has been close to another Oklahoma actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast, D20 to Curtain. And me personally, I've had a chance to work on stage with some of the actors on the show. So when you get done with this episode, you should check them out.
Hello, fellow D&Ders. My name is Jerome.
I'm Jennifer. I'm Jody.
And together with our friends Kara, Timothy, and Jared, we are the cast of the D20 to Curtain podcast, where Oklahoma theater geeks and their friends hit record and explore our new addiction to Dungeons & Dragons.
We think D&D is more than just a game. It helps us tap into the enduring power of storytelling.
We combine live gameplay with behind-the-curtain episodes to share our experiences, insights, habits, discoveries, and passion for D&D with anyone who will listen.
We hope D20 to Curtain will make you laugh, cry, maybe even make your experience at your table even more satisfying. Check us out anywhere you listen to podcasts or visit us at d20tocurtain.com or at D20 to Curtain on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
We look forward to having you. All we ask is that you have fun, be kind, and play the role.
If you're looking for more content, make sure to check out our YouTube page with Mysteries of Beatrix live every Wednesday. Keys from the Golden Vault from the Red Dirt Outlaws dropping every Tuesday at noon, and Plausible Deniability every other Thursday at 7 p.m. So come check it out at youtube.com/@RedDirtRPG or search for Red Dirt RPG on YouTube. And we would love to hear from you. Find us on social media at Red Dirt RPG. You can also get in touch with us through our website at reddirtrpg.com. In the meantime, make sure and subscribe to this podcast and leave a comment on your favorite podcatcher so others can find us. All right, I think that's everything I need to tell you. Right now, let's head back to Red Dirt D&D.
You all have basically defeated this group of gnolls. You have managed to knock one out, Gaz, as you pull him out of the insect plague area swap him real good on the back of the head with your tail, and he slumps against your body, out cold. Looking around this room, you don't see any other further threats, so you can safely assume, at least for this chamber, that you have taken care of this band of gnolls.
I dissipate the grasshoppers.
I cradle him gently to the ground and then roughly tie him up.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand check
Yes.
for those knots.
Did we keep the rope?
You have
Someone
Gideon
has
ropes
the
on
rope,
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Has it.
17 to tie him up.
17. Okay.
And then you can also add the...
Rope of entanglement.
So we need to bring him back to consciousness, so I kind of wake him up.
Give me a medicine check.
I have skills if you need them. Here, let me do.
I think I made it worse.
Yeah, I got a 23.
23, okay. So yeah, Gaz is over there like trying to like shake him like, wake up! And then Poppy, you just come over, put your little hand on Gaz's arm, and you're like, no.
No.
You do rouse this Gnoll to consciousness, and he looks between you all with concerned but defiant eyes.
And I look over to Zonibus. I say, Zonibus, he is all yours.
We're looking for our friend. You appear to be the last of your friends. If you want to make it out of here, you better start talking.
He just gives you a big old grin, showing all his teeth.
Well, I don't seem to have any stuff memorized for command person or tell to do a thing or stuff.
I have the bench, but I'm not attuned to it.
Actually, I'm going to try intimidation. I'm going to say, if you do not want to tell us, we will end your life.
What is your bonus?
On intimidation, I think it's actually pretty, it's pretty good, actually. Well, it's +4.
Connor, is the synaptic static still up, or is that only for a minute?
Has muddled thoughts for 1 minute.
So intimidation,
Yeah, give me an intimidation check.
15.
What are you intimidating him with? Are you holding a stick or something?
I'm just holding him, like,
He also
scruff the
killed
neck.
like 2 of his friends right next to him.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, what was your total check, Gaz?
15.
15, okay. So Gaz, you look at this Gnoll, right, and you're trying to intimidate him with your words about, we just killed all your friends, and if you don't start talking, you're gonna end up the same way. And you see from him almost utter calm at that statement of like, yeah, you killed my friends, go ahead.
Gaz, his eyes change, and he says, I cannot do it. My friends will likely, but I cannot kill a helpless person. I will have to leave you here, tied up, alone.
Coward.
Yes, and I leave him there. And if you guys want to do something to him, you can.
Mockern, trying a little bit of persuasion here, says to Gaz, you mean you're just gonna leave him here to die with no one to tell his story, and no one will know that he was here, and he's just gonna fade away, and there won't be any part of him
Yes.
that tells stories anywhere?
Yes, he will die alone, in silence, lost to the ages.
Does he have any markings on him of his clan? Well, we were tying him up. Do we see anything?
Right, yeah. So give me history as probably the best.
Can I do that as well?
Yeah.
I actually have a really good history. I am smart.
I have terrible.
I just got a nat 20 with a -1, so it's 19.
24.
Gaz, and it's like, I know you rolled a 24, Poppy.
I know, but I have no desert knowledge. I need desert common sense.
I can't justify you knowing this.
Right.
So even
Right,
with
right.
rolling a 24, I'm so sorry.
It would be more of like, I understand how hierarchy works, and so I would be able to tell that he is a leader or a grunt.
Right, yeah, that would probably be more, but yeah. Gaz, from your background, from being native to the frontier and being also someone who has wandered much of the frontier as well, the Gnolls themselves, they don't do a whole lot of like body adornment to show what clans that they are a part of. It's more of a, like when you introduce yourself, you give like your clan designations. But basically with Youngbloods, there's 2 main ways that they exist. They are either exiles or they're willing runaways. And from his attitude and from his overall appearance, the fact that he is a male, but the way he's dressed and presenting himself, it's open defiance, right? He doesn't have any head coverings. He dresses more like a female. So you get the sense that this is indeed a Youngblood, and as such, he's already an outsider
Right.
to the Gnoll community. So basically it seems as though your words are just kind of rolling off his back because he's already accepted who he is now versus what he used to be.
Do we have, and this is probably something that Gaz maybe picked up on, to what end would assassinating the matriarch of the Grinning Moon tribe, how would that help the Youngbloods achieve their ultimate goal? Is it just keeping the tribes divided as the goal?
Pretty much. So the thing about at least most Youngbloods that outsiders are aware of, they are pretty much the pot stirrers. They are some of the people who keep chaos rolling. Gnoll society tends to be a little straight-laced, warrior culture, hierarchy, and the Youngbloods kind of inject the chaos. The hierarchy is not serving us. We do not want to be part of it. So we're going to break off and do our own thing.
I'm just going to leave him there if anybody else wants to do anything with him.
So to bring that history check into narrative, do you think we should drag him outside and let his people see what he's done?
At some point, we need to take him into authorities. However, right now, we have a much more pressing problem, and that is that we have not found Taavi yet. I would like to search the other gnolls to see if I can find anything of value.
I'd also like to search around too, but I kind of want to search and see if at some point, if Taavi was down here, if they left any markings similar to
Oh, the dragon.
the dragon.
The dragon marks. Okay.
And Mokrin wants to search stone cutting around, like there was a dais area or a raised kind of in the corner.
And so basically this large chamber looks as if they've kind of used it as something of an encampment. So you do see kind of back where you guys were kind of fighting with the mage, there are like some bedrolls and like evidence of a cooking fire. These guys pretty much have kind of claimed this area as territory. So
Like their secret hideout.
Konnor, go ahead and roll for that. And Mokrin, what was the goal of your...
To see if there was like maybe a secret compartment in the floor or another passage in the walls or anything
go
like
ahead and give me that roll. And then Gaz, you were doing something?
I was going to loot the bodies.
Loot the bodies. Go for it.
17.
17, okay.
13 for investigation.
And then Mokrin, go ahead.
So a natural 20
Okay.
with investigation is 25, but if it's stone cutting, I get to double the history and makes it a 22.
Okay. With that, Mokrin, you do identify that there is another basically secret passage out of here.
Sweet.
Konnor, with a 17, you search around. You do find a small mark on the floor that does also point to that same door that Mokrin had identified. Gaz.
Yes.
You do pick up on the mage. They had a first level spell scroll, detect magic, and 2 potions of healing.
Nice.
I will hand the detect magic over to Konnor.
That's a good
2 potions of healing.
Actually, if it matters, I forgot to double my proficiency bonus for stone cutting, so it'd actually be a 28.
It seems that this is a natural cavern that may have at some point been further hollowed out by the Gnolls for use in their funerary practices.
I was wondering about that with an altar. So this is kind of where they would maybe do some kind of ceremony.
As far as like ceremony stuff, you can take a guess that more of that happens at the Bone Mother's charnel house, because these catacombs go for miles. So there are older parts of the catacombs where maybe at one point they were using that area of the catacombs, or as more gnolls have died, maybe they start out in one section of the catacomb, and as they decompose and desiccate, the bones are moved to a deeper section kind of thing. So again, it's one of those things where there are many areas of these catacombs that sit unused for years and years and years and years and years.
Yeah.
So the sense that you are getting is that it seems more that like the Youngbloods really are capitalizing on the fact that there are many areas of the catacombs where nobody goes. So they've kind of carved out little spaces for themselves.
Okay. Do we need him for anything else? I'm just going to knock him unconscious until we come back and get him.
Well, actually, before we do that, Poppy. did
I
you
don't
wanna do
think
something?
I would have anything that hasn't already been revealed. I had Wildfire do a sniff and got 24. sniffing around for Taavi, but you said that it was clear that Taavi was in this room earlier.
Yeah, it's pretty clear that Taavi has been here, but has since been moved.
Yeah. Wildfire confirms your theory.
As Gaz says something about putting him to sleep. Gaz, I've got him. I'm going to look down at Gideon's blade, my hand still, and remember how Gideon was so faithful and devout to his God. And I will sheath the scimitar and look back at Gaz and say, I've got him. And I'll turn and I'll walk to him. What's your name?
He looks at you very suspiciously. Give me a persuasion.
26.
Briaz.
Briaz. I have a gift.
He raises an eyebrow in confusion and suspicion.
Is there anything more you wish to tell me?
You don't know what you're up against.
And what would that be?
Soren.
And what is Zoran planning?
Soren's got big ideas. He's gonna make sure that Clan Redmaw regrets everything.
I cast daylight on my robe and make the entire thing miraculously glow. I'm gonna just really get into it, act it up, raise my hands up, and as I bring my hands back down, I'm going to pull 2 stars off of it. Which probably can't be seen that I'm doing because it's glowing everywhere. And as I lower my hands to my sides with the stars hidden within my closed hands, I'm going to step. And when I step sideways into the ethereal, I'm going to release the daylight spell.
Okay.
And slowly fade back. And when I feel like I'm back enough and it's dark and I'm barely visible, I'm releasing both of these stars into my gift to you, my mistress. And leave his dead, smoldering corpse behind me and walk away.
Red Dirt D&D, Tales from the Caliban Frontier is Ash King as our Dungeon Master, Brooke Bullock as Mokran Stone Shaper, Johnny Payne as Zonimus Dinar, Kiri Hester as Poppy Tealeaf, Connor Shenold as Konnor the Kobold, and I'm Michael Cross as Gaz. Special thanks to our Silver Star Paladin patron, Shenanigans Unplugged. Our theme music was created by the Cinemagician PJ Castillo. Our incidental music comes from Jeffrey McBride. Our sound effects and additional music courtesy of TabletopAudio.com, Sirenscape, and Monument Studios. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and at RedDirtDND.com. We here at Red Dirt D&D could really use your help in getting the word about us. If you like what you've heard, make sure and subscribe, rate us, and leave a comment. Also, tell your friends about Red Dirt D&D. You can also support the show at patreon.com/RedDirtDND. We have several giving levels to help us grow up big and strong. Join us next time as we go deeper into the Caliban Frontier.
So this is why going first feels like a punishment. You have to know what you're doing.
Yeah, I forgot the haste. And then I got written down on the sheet in large letters. Zoni and Gaz are Haystud. Haystud.
If you don't mind, hitting Gaz,
He can take it.
Right?
I've known from experience.
Connor's beside you going, do it.
The mage.
Do it.
When the area appears, it's a really cool spell. You'll be fine. Michael's making faces.
It's locusts, not spiders. You're
gonna counterspell me.
After all that.
Just Gaz goes, counterspell her.
you went for that counterspell.
Gas has the mage by the throat, and then looks over his shoulder and then looks back. You should counterspell that.
But this is also the point, if this podcast were taking place on TikTok, this is the sound effect, and we will creep into your bed, and we will...
Oh, yeah.
So it starts playing Prince of Egypt soundtrack.
Fingers crossed, guys.
Right.
Not for you, but for us.
Okay.
Because this is a cool spell, and I want it to happen.
I think Gaz is on there.
So I get to
Gaz has one finger crossed.
I could do the thing like the mummy where he just opens his mouth and all the locusts fly out. Probably won't do that because that's not ladylike.
I just love the idea of all four of us look over, including Gaz.
if you don't leave the locust sphere.
I'm not leaving. From Poppy with love.
That's arced more than it ever has before.
That looks really cool.
That's why I like Chaos Bolt.
Can I use a pinball sound on that one?
Yes. Yes, you may.
How dare you try to counterspell Poppy? And
Wait, you want it? Oh.
that's right. You asked me to. Yeah, that is totally metal. Thank you.
That's
Bugs
awesome.
going in my mouth.
I know, ceiling.
This is just dinner.
Extra protein.
It's in his element. That's awesome.
Mid-fight snack.
Are they like good berries for you?
Poppy needs to do this more often. I get hungry during battle.
Can you change any of your Chaos Bolt to peanut butter? Gaz is like punching him and Pop's like, honey, honey.
Hey. It's
Wake
not
up,
gonna help.
Why don't you wake up?
And that's one failed death save.
Yeah, it reminds me of the fishy. Why are you sleeping? Shaking him won't help.
Zonibus, he is all yours.
I kill him.
Pure Zonibus fashion.
All right, guys, great session.
Ask him where Taavi is.
Now that we're at a dead end.
I was going to cast daylight on something if you were holding it, is what I'm saying.
Do it on my tusks.
Yet again, you got to remind me that you have tusks.
He has tusk envy.
Yeah, somebody on our Discord said, yeah, it was really hard to get those filed down tusks. And I'm like, I don't file them down. They work just fine. Carde.
Okay.
Love you.
So give me I'm trying to think what I want here.
No lore.
No lore. Yeah.
A knowledge check?
Everyone take 1d4 psychic damage.
I'll take one of these in.
Dad pun.
Ba-dum-bum. I forgot to double my proficiency bonus for stone cutting, so it'd actually be a 28 if that gives us any extra,
You can tell who it was made by.
Exactly. If
It has a little copyright date on the bottom.
That's right.
Then leave his dead, smoldering corpse behind me and walk away.
Poppy rolls her eyes. He's always had a flair for the dramatic.
I was going to say, we could actually end that
That's
there.
perfect. That's really
We ended
nice.
before Poppy says that.
Of
Yeah,
course.
Oh, yes,
no,
yes.
I left a nice long pause because I didn't want that part included so that Michael could cut
I
that joke.
just felt like,
I'm doing what Gideon would
he's always
have
had a
done.
flair for the dramatic.
Yeah.
Gideon would have lived because of his faith
Poppy
and his
going,
devotion.
what a
Sonimus
drama
would kill him
queen.
because of his
What
faith
a
and
drama
devotion.
queen.